Okay, so don't judge me by my messy garage, but this has been a work in progress for about 2 months right now. And I'm just now trying to get it wrapped up. Today the alternator went on, the 12-volt conversion. I made my own wiring harness, so you'll be able to see it here. I got cloth, it's asphalt covered cloth wire loom to give it a very original look. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it don't look too bad. I've got a bit of a mess up here. It's not quite as neat as I'd hoped, but it's going to do the job, I think. So, yep, she's been repainted. Nothing was done to the engine, just a paint job. It ran really good beforehand. So this is it. I'm hoping to have it fired up by the end of the week. I don't think it looks too bad. Let me know what you think. Still got to move the wheels back in. I pulled them out to be able to get in there and work on the brakes easier. The brakes, didn't change the liners. I changed the seals inside. So hopefully everything gets sealed up well. New starter button. The switch was replaced a few years ago, but I'm afraid I may have to replace it. I'm not sure. We'll see once I get ready to start it. There's one of the battery cables. I'm going to get a solder on end to put on it because I'm tired of the clamp-ons and crimp-ons just don't seem to be working very well for me. So I'll clean that up and solder on that end. That is a, I don't know, we'll call it an auxiliary tank for what I'm going to use it for, but that was the original starting tank, or would have been an original starting tank. It's not original to this tractor, but I did want to find one for it, and I did, so darn broom. I got that painted. It's been cleaned, it's been lined. It should hold up very well. Radiator was pressure tested. This is actually not a pressurized system, so that should be perfect. I just actually filled up the radiator today, so that's why if you see a little bit of water there on top, that's why I kind of dribbled a little bit. We'll get that cleaned up. Filled up the rear end today, so I am curious to see. You'll see my oil dry down there. That's where I dribbled a little bit on the floor. Out of the plug, the level plug. So I am hoping that everything's sealed up in that. I put new gaskets and seals in the front end. So I hope that everything's sealed up there. Yeah, so the engine, all the gaskets were changed a few years ago. It's been very clean. I think I may have a little bit of oil leak around the front cover, but I didn't feel like it was enough to worry about changing anything. I had already changed the water pump and spent a whole bunch of money on that. So I thought, well, if I can save a few bucks here, then that might be okay. Plus, that was just a lot more stuff that I did not necessarily want to take off if I didn't have to. So, there it is. I do believe that I'm going to have to change this universal joint at the steering shaft. It's kind of stiff. I think if you look up there, I think somebody's actually welded it together so it doesn't come apart. And I'm not sure why. So, I don't know. I think it looks good. I've got the sheet metal to put on it yet, but I've got some touch-ups that I'm going to have to work on. So, there's the grill back there with where I've done a little wet sanding on it. I think the hood's in good shape. And fuel tank, I have to look at it again, but I think I've got a run that I need to take care of in it. So, overall, pretty happy with progress. I was hoping to be done by, I think it's May 19th for a tractor drive. And it looks like we're going to make that easily. Just hoping that everything operates as it should. I've still got one more light to put in. I have lost the screw for it. So, yeah. Well, like I said, let me know what you think of it, and join me on the next video. Thanks.